And another night of Meadville Mustangs baseball is upon us from Western Pennsylvania and Pullman Park. The Meadville Mustangs and the Butler Blue Sox come to you in just about 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. Luke Burgess here with you, joining you tonight for a doubleheader. The first time we've had a doubleheader all season under the lights, and that's exactly what we've got here tonight. 6 o'clock rather, for our first pitch of Game 1. Game 2 will get underway at 8:30, so going to be a late one, but a lot to be excited about. And the reason that this doubleheader is in place at all is because of last weekend. We had multiple rainouts that prevented us from playing whatsoever, so the Mustangs will be the designated home team for Game 1 before they go back to what would have been the regular game here, and they will be on the road for Game 2, which, as I mentioned, gets underway at 8:30 this evening. So the reasoning for that 8:30 start, as we mentioned, the rainout last weekend, but come down to Pullman Park, you don't have time to make up the game in Meadville at Garby Yard with only a week remaining in the season. And actually, the final game of the Mustang season will be in 8 days. They have a doubleheader in Altoona, which will finish things off in the regular season before they head towards the playoffs, hopefully. Well, of course, no guarantees there, but as we get closer and closer, we will start to figure those things out. But tonight, after last night's game, it's going to be a different vibe, that's for sure. You look back to what happened in last night's game: 37 combined runs and 37 combined hits between these two teams. And it was the East Butler Bulldogs just a few minutes away from here last night. And you go back and look at that game, just really incredible offense from both sides, and somehow the Mustangs end up losing that one 19-18. I mean, how many games have you seen in your life where a team scores 19 runs or a team scores 18 runs and loses the game? That's what happened last night. So strange occurrence. There's no doubt about that. Now a late night tonight, so kind of another strange night, but we're excited to get it underway. We got the lineups. First of all, the Meadville Mustangs, they are at home for this game. They come into this 6-9 after their loss last night. It was their third straight loss after they got back to 500 after they swept the Creekside Crocodiles, who have a league best record at the moment. They were feeling good. Now they've lost 3 in a row, trying to bounce back. They lead things off with the shortstop, Kenny Lavrich. Daniel Luco is batting second in right field. Jordan Suvic in center field, he bats third. Brandon Butler's in the cleanup spot, batting fourth. He is the third baseman. Left fielder Carson Weibel bats fifth. Batting sixth, Cole Grable. He plays second base. Brady Lane bats seventh. He plays first base. John Sharp bats ninth and is catching. And Mason Bevan rounds out the order in the 9-hole. He is the designated hitter. On the Blue Sox side, or meanwhile, before we get to that, the pitcher for the Mustangs in tonight's game is Walker Cunningham. Ben Cosby leads the lineup. To go through it one more time for you, that's Lavrich, Luco, Suvic, Butler, Weibel, Grable, Lane, Sharp, and Bevan. The Butler Blue Sox come into this game with a record of 11-8. They are led by their manager, Dan Helgert. Tate Minich leads things off. Second baseman third baseman plays on the hot corner. The shortstop, Zach Johnston, bats second. Seth Helgert bats third and is over at second base. Joey Woodrow bats fourth. He's in left field. Quinn Burke bats fifth. He will serve as the designated hitter. Tanner Donati is in center field and batting sixth. Trent Belak is at first base, and he bats seventh. Andrew Bakulich is the catcher. He bats eighth. Dustin Horn, suffering through an injury. He's only playing his second game back in the field, coming back on a rehab stint. He bats ninth. He's in right. And Ben Aftanas is the extra hitter and bats 10th. The pitcher for the Butler Blue Sox is Justin Brannigan. Brannigan has pitched 3 times already this season against the Mustangs. He gets the start on the mound tonight. So looking at the big picture for the Mustangs, they're 6-4 in their last 10 games. They started the season 0-4 and then picked up quite a few wins to get back to where they were at 6-6, before they've now dropped 3 straight. And last night was just really, hopefully, an aberration in the season that we've seen. Not on the offensive side. We saw 2 home runs in 1 inning for the first time all season long on the Mustangs side of things. And 18 runs crossed the plate, but it just wasn't enough. And the pitching was truly horrendous last night. So hopefully a bounce back for Walker Cunningham. His last time out was against Newcastle. It was against the 3B Barons and at Flaherty Field. He struggled mightily after a really good start prior. So hoping that he can bounce back tonight as well. Mustangs are 3 games back in the division. The Blue Sox only a half game back. So a win tonight could theoretically put them into first place. We'll get along with that and bring you updates all night long on exactly where those standings are. First of all, we'll take a break before we come back, and we'll have a few more notes and first pitch in just a few moments. Luke Burgess here with you on the Mustangs Radio Network. We're just a few minutes away from baseball here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Around the league today, 5 games in total, including these 2 that we'll see here tonight. Aside from this matchup that we'll have for you here on the Mustangs Baseball Network, East Butler Bulldogs and 3B Barons met in Newcastle. That game is getting underway in just a few minutes, and then already finished up with today, the Iron Bucks took a trip all the way out to see Cumming Motors in Altoona. They played 2. That second game should be wrapping up in just a few moments, so hopefully we can have final scores for you throughout the broadcast. But yeah, really excited to be with you here tonight for Mustangs and Blue Sox. And the Blue Sox know that, or the Mustangs know from a managerial standpoint, that consistency is certainly key. They know when they are able to put a full complete game together, things can be very, very productive this season. They've been able to grab some really good wins off the back of some really good pitching, but the consistency simply has not been there so far this year, and they're trying to kind of lock things down as we get into the last week of the season, play for a little bit of seeding because it certainly does matter. We will see them in the first round of the playoffs, but to advance from there, you're going to be playing the same teams that you've been playing all season long, and you kind of know what everyone's about at this point. So it's time to lock things in. So as we said before, the Mustangs are serving as the home team in the first game of this doubleheader. Remember, these doubleheaders are only 7 innings apiece, so we'll play 7, kind of reset everything for a few moments, and then get right back underway with Game 2. We're shooting for about 8:30 for the first pitch of Game 2. Umpires and the managers meeting at home plate right now, and there wasn't any infield warm-ups for tonight's game, just batting practice in the cages down below the stadium concourse here, because there was another game going on in between. The team's younger youth baseball going on here at Pullman Park, getting some action in before we get underway in just a few moments. So, final warm-ups, Walker Cunningham, starting pitcher, down in the bullpen, getting his tosses in. Mason Bevan doing some warm-ups down near the dugout. And honestly, probably the person least in need of warm-ups. He's the designated hitter for tonight's action. So excited to get things going in just a few moments. Some of the Blue Sox hanging out on the edge of the dugout, getting ready to try and win a ball game tonight. Both these teams trying to jockey for positioning in the division. As I said, as we get closer and closer to the real eventual playoff push, which is not too far away, that's for sure. So just a few moments now till first pitch, going over the ground rules here. We'll go over real quick the dimensions here. We've mentioned it every single time we visited, and we have made a lot of trips to beautiful Pullman Park this year. Down the left field line, 347. Out to left center, 385. All the way out to center field, it's 425. So you're not likely to see any home runs over that center field wall. 352 in right center and 325 down the right field line. We've seen quite a few home runs to right field. We've also seen a few over that 385 sign out in left center while we've been here this year. The umpires conferencing about details for this game. Cunningham obviously will start on the mound with the Mustangs being the home team despite them playing in an away venue for tonight's game. I'm excited to get things underway here in just a few moments. A real exciting prospect. The Mustangs try to claw back to within one game of 500, and the games keep coming fast and furiously. They have another matchup on Monday. They'll go down to Newcastle, and then we'll meet the Iron Bucks, also back down here at Pullman Park, home of the Iron Bucks and the Blue Sox, before we head into the final weekend where they'll meet the DuBois Bucks for the first time, and then finish up the season on the road in Altoona. So coming to a close pretty quickly here, and 2 more games to knock off the schedule tonight, which will bring us that much closer to the season wrapping up. Tate Minich, you got to look at him. He's leading off, and the last time that the Mustangs played a game here at Pullman Park, that was one of the key performers of the game. You look at Minich with the bat, and he was absolutely phenomenal. 3 straight doubles down the stretch in the 4th, 5th, and 8th inning. He doubled, came around to score every single time. And then he came on to close the game out, and he was throwing some heat on the mound. Successfully got the win for the Blue Sox in that game, and now tonight, he's going to try and go out and lead this thing off and play over at third base. Justin Brannigan, we saw earlier in the season. Mustangs were able to hit him well, but they've really hit every pitcher well so far this season. We'll take a break for the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a few moments for first pitch here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. National anthem all finished up, and we're ready to go. We'll quickly go over the defensive positionings in the field from left to right. In the outfield, it's Weibel, Suvic, and Luco. On the infield, Butler, Lavrich, Grable, Lane from left to right. And then the battery, Walker, Cunningham, and John Sharp. Had a little surprise meetup with Sharp this morning up in Meadville before we traveled down to Butler for today's action, the Meadville Market House. So a nice little meet up there, and now he's going to try and call a game that can pick up his team or pick his team up a W. We've really started to see the positioning on the infield and the outfield round into shape as the season has gone on. Earlier in the year, seeing a lot of turnover. Really the only position that isn't the same every single night at this point is over there at first base. Brady Lane. We see some rotation with the catcher position as well, but Sharp has caught a majority of the games this season. He's the best defensive catcher on this team, and the Mustangs certainly don't struggle for offense. Over there first, though, Brady Lane gets the start tonight. Last night it was Zach Strideff, who's also caught some games as well. He played one game at third base way earlier in the year, but for the majority of the season, that's where he's been at. So Cunningham getting his final warm-up tosses in. It'll be Minich, Johnston, and Helgert to start the first inning. Mustangs playing as the home team in Game 1. They're in their red uniforms with the yellow lettering, gray pants. And the Blue Sox are in their pinstripe, baby blue, navy blue uniforms with the baby blue numbering and the baby blue belts. So Tate Minich, who was incredibly impressive the last time these two teams met, he's going to lead things off. You know right away you've got some danger. And Cunningham, the Allegheny College product, pitching to his Allegheny College battery mate, John Sharp. So the two teammates linking up for some Rust Belt League baseball. And it's a cloudy night in Butler. 81 degrees, the temperature. And a 6:09 first pitch. It's swung on and missed by Minich, and we are underway. As I mentioned, 81 degrees, mostly cloudy. And a good crowd on hand here tonight. 0-1 pitch from Cunningham. He hesitates in the windup, delivers down in the dirt. It's 1-1. So early on here, trying to limit the base runners. You know that the Mustangs have seen enough of that after last night. 1-1 pitch is down low, just doesn't catch a piece of the zone. Cunningham throws with a lot of conviction. When he has that fastball working, he can be a really effective pitcher. Really, the control has been the only question for him this season. He's probably got some of the best mechanics on the team. That one's shot out to right field. It's over the head of Luco in right. It just kept carrying, and that's 4 straight doubles against the Mustangs for Tate Minich. He leads off with an extra base hit. So Minich rips one over the head of the right fielder, Luco, and he was backtracking on that one for some time, just couldn't get all the way back. We know he's got good range. The Mustangs really have phenomenal defense. Not many errors, especially in recent games. They've been able to play infield defense really well, and the outfield has been solid too. So really no complaints on that end of things, which can definitely make up for some other struggles. The pitch, breaking ball, in for a strike. It's a nice little tight spin on that curveball. Drops it in the middle of the zone for strike one against Zach Johnston, the shortstop, batting with a runner on second base. No one away, just underway here in Butler, Pennsylvania. The pitch, fastball ripped over the head of the second baseman, Grable into right field. Moving to third base and holding up on a good throw from Luco is the leadoff hitter, Minich. So it's a single and it's runners at the corners with nobody out. So back-to-back hits to start the game. Double and then a single. There's runners on first and third. The Mustangs in a bit of trouble early on. Seth Helgert up to the plate now. Helgert did not play the last time these two teams met. He's over at second base tonight. We have seen him there a decent amount. That one's ripped over the head of the second baseman and into right field. It sneaks past the glove of Luco all the way back to the wall. One run will score. Another one's coming around. It's a RBI triple and 2 runs across the plate. So quickly, the Mustangs get a punch in the mouth and a double, single, and triple in the first 3 at-bats of the game. And all of a sudden, you're playing from behind again. Something that they were pretty comfortable with last night. But I don't think anyone wants a repeat of last night. Trying to calm down Cunningham here early after some quick struggles. Kind of hard. What do you go say to him after you've just been talking pregame about the plan of attack? You don't want to change anything up too quickly. Joey Woodrow now the left fielder with a runner 90 feet away and nobody out. Cunningham needs a ground ball or a strikeout. Infield playing slightly, and that one's popped out to center field. Backing up and settling is Suvik. He makes the catch. The throw in is not even close to home plate. The runner will score on the sacrifice fly. It's 3-0. 1 away. So Quinn Burke, designated hitter who bats 5th, gets a chance with the bases empty now. Kind of reset on the inning after the sacrifice fly. Cunningham tried to settle things down. 3-0 early on for the Blue Sox. Strike called on nice changeup on the inside corner. Just underway here at Pullman Park. 0-1 pitch is ripped over the middle and drops in on center field. Down to a knee and scooping it up is Suvik, and it's another single. So after the sac fly, they get right back in the hit column. That's the 4th hit of the inning in just a few minutes. And with only 5 batters coming to the plate, 4 of them have reached base off of a knock. Tanner Donati now, center fielder, batting 6th in today's order. He's out in center field. Cunningham from the stretch. The pitch. Up high for a ball. Runner leads off of first. It's number 11, Trent Belak on deck. The pitch. Down low and blocked nicely by Sharp. Runner doesn't get a chance to advance. So 2-0 count. Left-handed hitter Donati at the plate. Cunningham comes home with the pitch. It's grounded over to first base and under the glove of Lane. He was reaching out to his right. He can't get to it. And another single. It's first and second. So worrisome here. And we praised that defense before the game started. And all of a sudden we've seen 2 kind of sloppy defensive plays. Not errors by any means, but balls that have snuck through. One in right field. And another one right there. Trent Belak now faces Cunningham with runners on first and second. 1 away in the inning. Cunningham trying to roll a double play, get a pop-up on the infield, anything to kind of slow the roll of the Blue Sox. The first pitch is fouled off. It's 0-1. Belak, the first baseman at the plate. The pitch, inside corner, and it doesn't catch a piece. So it's a ball to the right-handed hitting Trent Belak. First baseman in today's action. Cunningham ready to go. He delivers. Breaking pitch fouled off, so 2 strikes on him now, 1-2 count. Already 3 runs across here in the top of the first. Mustangs and Blue Sox just getting underway. Blue Sox, the road team, even though they're playing at their home park for tonight's action because of a rainout last weekend. The pitch on the 1-2 is just outside. Fastball, threw it in there hard. Count even at 2-2. We're happy you're joining us from wherever you're joining us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Luke Burgess here with you for tonight's action. 2-2 pitch from Cunningham. Looks the runner back, delivers. That one's in there for called strike 3. So he gets his first strikeout of the night. There's 2 down. And the 8-hitter comes up with 2 away. It's Andrew Bokulich. Vukovic comes to the plate with 2 runners on, already 3 across in the inning. The pitch from the right-hander Cunningham down low just misses the plate in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Cunningham has been able to utilize his breaking stuff effectively when the fastball's been on target. That's been the X factor for him. So you need to make sure that he can get that fastball in the zone. He steps off and looks the runner back to second. Pitching out of the stretch with 2 runners on base. Looks the runner back. Comes home with the pitch. It's fouled off back in our direction here in the broadcast booth. So a 1-1 count to Andrew Vukovic, catcher. 1-2 pitch is ripped down the right side and drifting foul. Looking at it pensively was Luco. He let it go. Out into that bullpen area, the Blue Sox bullpen. One-two with 2 away. The pitch from Cunningham is up high. Just doesn't catch a piece of the zone. That would have been strike 3. You know he wanted it. Tries to get back to the dugout here after a tough start. Cunningham looking back the runner on second base, Burke. He delivers the pitch, and it's off the end of the bat foul. So another foul ball. The count's 2-2 to the right-handed hitting catcher. And we'll play 2 tonight, just 7-inning games, so every run, every inning means a little bit more. Right-hander delivers. That one's grounded onto Lavrich at shortstop. He throws on to second, and then that's his double play partner, Grable, there to make the catch, and the inning is over. So through a half inning, Blue Sox up on the Mustangs 3-0. Bottom of the first on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Lavrich, Luco, and Suvic to face Brannigan on the mound. The right-hander wearing number 7, just finishing up his warm-up tosses. He's got that single-digit number, not too typical for a pitcher, but when you got so many two-way players, as a lot of these guys have, it's a little bit more common. The first pitch from the right-hander is swung on and missed. Lavrich up, homered for the first time all season last night. He's coming up tonight. I'm sure he wouldn't mind having 2 nights in a row. That one's outside for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count to the right-handed hitting shortstop. And if you're just joining us, thank you so much here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Luke Burgess here with you all night long in mid-July or early July. That one's ripped out to right center field. It gets down in the gap, rolling toward the wall. Lavrich rounding second. He's heading to third. Those long strides. He's down in a head-first slide, and he's safe. A leadoff triple for Kenny Lavrich. So after a triple from Helgert in the top of the first inning, Lavrich leads things off, and that gets the offense started for the Mustangs. So it seems like we're picking right back up where we left off last night. Hopefully not quite out of hand as we saw in last night's contest, but Daniel Luco trying to pick up his teammate and get an early run. He pops that one up on the infield. Calling for it is Belak at first. He makes the catch, and there's one away. So after the line drive triple, an easy pop out on the infield, and there's one away for the Mustangs for Jordan Suvik. Suvik was just a triple away from the cycle last night. He had single, double, and the home run. Part of a slew of long balls from the Mustangs and the Bulldogs, to be fair. First pitch is a breaking pitch in there for a strike. And the Blue Sox, after starting the season in first place around the halfway point, which was just about a week ago, started to tail off slightly. That one is up high and in. Almost got the elbow of Suvik, and he dodges out of the way. So it's a 1-1 count with one away. Runner 90 feet away. All you need is a ground ball to the right side. They probably won't come home. Infield not playing in. That one's to the shortstop. Picking it up cleanly is Johnston. He throws on to first. The out is recorded, and Lavrich scores as a result. So it's a 3-1 game. He does exactly that. Play goes 6-3 for the second out, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Mustangs carve into that lead just a little bit. Cleanup hitter Brandon Butler up to the plate now. He struggled a little bit last night. First pitch to him is a slider down low in the left-handed batter's box. That one goes for ball one. Going back to last night's game, Butler, he singled. That was his only hit in 5 at-bats. This one's on the ground to third base. Minich scoops it up, throws onto first. The throw is slightly offline, but recovered nicely does Belak. We're through one full here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Mustangs pick up 1 run. It's 3-1 in favor of the Blue Sox. Cunningham trying to settle things down after a rowdy first inning. He'll face the 9-hitter Dustin Horn, who playing in right field tonight. He's coming off of a shoulder injury, which kept him out of the field for 2.5 weeks. Now just his second game back in the field. That one's chopped onto second base. The throw on to first is in time for the first out. So quickly there's one away on the chopper to second base. The out not put up on the scoreboard immediately, but clearly an out. Goes 4-3 on your scorebook. Ben Aftanas now, the 10 hitter. He grounds one to second base. Grable picks it up clean, throws to first, and there's 2 quick outs. So 2 up, 2 down real quick. Trying to bounce back after the shaky first inning is Cunningham. He's got 2 away. In the top of the order, Tate Minich coming up. Minich has a streak now. He's doubled in 4 straight at-bats against this Mustangs team. The last time that we were here, doubled 3 straight to end the game. This time around, he's got a leadoff double, which he started the game with. The first pitch is outside for ball 1. Minich, the right-handed hitting third baseman, 1-0, is swung on and missed. Evens it up at 1-1. So a 1-1 count to the third baseman, Tate Minich. Walker Cunningham goes into his big leg kick, delivers a breaking ball, swung on and missed for strike 2. So now the count 1-2 with 2 outs. Trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. 1-2 pitch. Just misses up high for a ball. Looked for a moment like the umpire might go to his right. 2-2. Cunningham goes into his motions, delivers the pitch. That one swung on and missed. He struck him out. So 1-2-3 bounce back second after the rocky first. We'll go to the bottom of the second here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the second inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Carson Weibel to lead it off in the bottom of the second. He will be followed by Cole Grable. Had a couple defensive plays in that last half inning, and then Brady Lane, the first baseman, who was on the receiving end of those throws. The first pitch from Brannigan is bounced down low in the dirt for ball 1. So the count is 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from the right-hander. Down low, kicks up a little bit of those turf pellets. Turf infield here at Pullman Park. It's a 2-0 count. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from the right-hander. That one down low in the dirt again. And same result. See it kicking up some dirt. It's a 3-0 count to the leadoff hitting Weibel in the second inning. The pitch to the left fielder is in there for a strike. Comes back with a fastball, left it over the heart of the plate. Taken all the way was Weibel. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch from the righty. That one swung on and missed, and now it's full. So after going down 3-0, he brings it all the way back. Payoff pitch from the right-hander. That one's just fouled off. Oh, no, he says he missed it. It's a drop third strike. The throw down to first is way offline, and he strikes out, reaches base. We saw something similar last night, actually, and that occurred over in, I'll go back and check quickly. That occurred in the third inning. Nico Mellogrand struck out, and the ball got by Sharp. He reached base. That's exactly what happens to Carson Weibel here. He's on first with nobody out. Cole Grable now at the plate. Pitch from the right-hander is up high and outside for strike for ball 1. Runner on first outfielder Weibel, he's got some legs. We could see him potentially make a move towards second base. And that one's up high. It's 2-0 on the second baseman, Grable. Grable been phenomenal on defense all season long. Probably the most consistent defender on this team. And we've also seen him make some gems. It's not just the consistency. Check over to first, and runner's back diving. He's in there safely. Just one hit, the triple for Lavrich that led off the offensive attack from the Mustangs. 2-0 pitch from Brannigan is down low. It's 3-0. So he puts himself behind in the count again, and another hitter's count for the Mustangs. Grable hasn't been anything spectacular on the offensive side, but he's been consistent. That one's up high. He walks him. So back-to-back base runners reach after the strikeout and the drop third strike. It's first and second. Nobody out for Brady Lane. Last night we saw Tristan Holland get some time catching. He's primarily played first base for the most part. Sharp back in there tonight. He started in last night's affair as well. Right-hander steps off, brings both those runners back to their respective base bags. Catcher Sharp on deck, the 8-hitter. Offers up the bunt. That one dropped down the first base line. It goes foul. It's a 0-1 count. Trying to move those runners up on a sacrifice. Maybe try to flip that order around. Bevan all the way down at the 9 spot. He's the designated hitter tonight. First and second, nobody out. The 0-1 pitch shows bunt, drops it down the first base line again. This time it stays in play. And now a little bit of confusion for a second. He didn't run down to first, did Lane. He was trying to draw a tag from the first baseman, Belak, and Belak realized he could just throw over to the second baseman, Helgert, who was covering. So a sacrifice bunt in the first at-bat for Brady Lane. He is retired. The runners move up to second and third. There's 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for John Sharp. So Sharp trying to make something happen. He's got the tying run on second base. Brannigan comes set from the stretch, delivers the pitch. That one's out to left center field. Shallow, drifting in on it is Donati. He makes the catch. Runner tags from third. That's Weibel. The throw's a good one, but it's just a bit short. Cut off by the first baseman, Belak in. The Mustangs strike again, so it's 3-2 on the sacrifice fly. There's 2 away in the inning. That's the first RBI for Sharp in quite some time, so he'll be happy to get that one under his belt. The 9-hitter, Mason Bevan, now designated hitter, and we've seen some pretty cool bats from him this year. He's had an orange and black bat for the majority of the season. Now tonight he's rolling in with a pink and baby blue bat, and these are wood bats. These aren't metal bats, and normally you would see the more muted colors on the wooden bats, but not for Bevan. He likes to keep things, I don't know, it looks like Mother's Day and Father's Day out there with this pink and blue he's got going on. 1-0 pitch to Bevan is in there for a strike. He didn't agree with it. That one was just on the outside corner. 2 away in the inning. Runner on second base is Cole Grable. Grable walked to reach, then moved up on the sacrifice bunt. That one's out to right field. Back toward the wall, looking up and making a nice running catch is Dustin Horn. So he comes off injury. They say he's only played 2 games in the field. He looks just fine. He makes the final out. Mustangs add on 1 more. We're through 2. Score 3-2 in favor of the Blue Sox on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Third inning about to get started on the Mustangs Baseball Network. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Blue Sox coming to the plate to face Walker Cunningham in his third inning of work. He gave up 3 in the first, bounced back in the last inning. The first pitch is grounded onto the shortstop, Lavrich. He throws on to first, and the tag is applied for the out. Throw was just a little bit high, so there's one away on one pitch. That was Zach Johnston, retired the shortstop for the first out, and now Seth Helgert, the second baseman, who tripled his first time around. He gets another at-bat. After 3 straight hits to start the game, Cunningham has retired all 3 hitters the second time through, or the first 2, trying to retire all 3. That one's in the zone, catches a piece of the inside corner for a strike. If he's able to retire Helgert, that would be the first 3 in the order. That one is fouled off the chest protector of Sharp. It's an 0-2 count. And he looks like he's well on his way to doing just that. So 7 innings for Game 1. Game 2 would get underway essentially right when we finish. That one is just outside, fastball, but scheduled as of now for 8:30. So that will be the time for first pitch in Game 2, and hopefully that would mean we finish up just around 10:30, maybe closer to 11. That one's chopped foul toward Butler. He picks it up, throws back to his pitcher. 1-2 count on the second baseman, Helgert. Cunningham getting ready to go. He gets his pitch. Now he comes home. Big leg kick, and it's a fastball just up high. Couldn't get strike 3 called there. Not offering at it was the second baseman. 2-2 pitch. That one, did he go? Yes, he did. He struck him out. So a strikeout swinging, and the third strikeout for Cunningham tonight. He's got 2 away, and he does go through those first 3 batters in succession after they all recorded hits the first time through the order. Now the cleanup hitter, Joey Woodrow, hit into a sacrifice fly to score Helgert from third last time. That one's fouled off. Got a piece of the top of the mask of Sharp. He looks to be okay. It's an 0-1 count. 2 away in the inning. No runs across, no hits. Looking for back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings after 8 hitters came to the plate. Recorded 5 hits in the top of the first. Mustangs are the home team for tonight's game due to a rainout. The Blue Sox were supposed to visit Meadville last weekend. The pitch is swung on and missed, breaking ball away, and he got him flailing at that one. Woodrow, the left fielder, did not start the last time these two teams played here. The pitch is chopped off the ground and drifting toward the Mustangs' dugout. That's a foul ball, and the count will remain at 0-2. Nobody on. Cunningham pitching from the windup. Warm, humid night in Butler. Pretty similar weather to what we had last night. 0-2 pitch from Cunningham, and check swing. He did hold up. So the count is 1-2. One-two pitch from Cunningham is swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Cunningham gets out of it. It's 2 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for the Mustangs, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. A little bit confusing when your team is playing on the road, but they're home. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 2.5 complete here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the order to get things started for the Mustangs in the bottom of the third inning. Kenny Lavrich tripled his first time around, the only hit that the Mustangs have recorded so far. They have plated 2 runs, though. It was Carson Weibel who scored after he reached base on a drop third strike. That one's out to right field. Right center, moving on to it, is the center fielder, Donati. He makes the catch on the run over, and there's one away on 1 pitch. So good contact again from Lavrich, the second time after he ripped a line drive in that same direction in the first inning to start things off. But that time, the outfielder just gets over to it, and nothing he could really do about that one. Now Daniel Luco, 0-1, popped out on the infield his first time around. That one's out of the glove of the catcher, Bokulich. 1-0 count to the right fielder, Daniel Luco. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Strike 1. Count even at 1-1. Into the windup, Justin Brannigan. He delivers outside in the dirt. That one bounced in the left-handed batter's box. It's 2-1. One already away on the 1-pitch flyout from Lavrich. He hit it out there to right center field. The pitch, down low, doesn't catch a piece of the zone. Breaking ball tried to get him to chase. Infield playing straight up here. Second baseman Helger slightly shaded towards first. That one is swung on and missed. It was another breaking pitch. Oh, and he got a piece of it there. Down low toward the thigh area of Andrew Bokulich behind the plate, and now he needs a moment. So looks like it's Dan Helger, the manager, out there to check on him, as well as Mike McNabb, the assistant coach. He's going to take a little lap, and we didn't see exactly where that hit him with the vantage point that we have in the broadcast booth, but it looked like it was maybe upper thigh. Could have been in the groin area as well. He's trying to shake it off. He'll be all right. He's going to stick in the game. Both coaches head back to the bench. It's a full count on Luco. The payoff pitch is down low, ball 4. He walked him. So he gets rewarded for waiting it out. Didn't have to take the bat off his shoulder, and he's on base. So there's a runner on first for the 3-hitter, Jordan Suvik. He's trying to tie this game up. Mustangs trail by 1 in the third inning. They will be the road team in Game 2, but home team in Game 1. With 1 away, the first pitch is in their first strike from Brannigan. And Suvik kind of grimaces as that pitch crosses home plate. Little pre-pitch routine he goes through. That one is up high, and the runner takes off. The throw down to second base is right on time, and he got him. It looked like he was going to be out, and that was exactly the call. So Bokulich clearly able to shake off that batted ball that hit him pretty easily. He guns down the runner Luco, and Luco's been really good on the base paths at stealing so far this year. Probably one of the speediest guys on the team. A 1-1 count to Suvik with 2 away now. Breaking pitch left up high for ball 2. Right-handed hitting center fielder at the plate for the Meadville Mustangs. 2-1 pitch, here it comes. Is fastball fouled off the inside of the shin, and you can tell Bokulich feels for him. He goes over and kind of puts his hands on him and makes sure he's all right. He knows how bad that feels. He's probably still feeling it. 2-2 count, 2 away in the inning. Brannigan trying to get out of it after the caught stealing on the throw down. Two outs. The pitch is fouled back. That one on the inside of the bat near the hands. 2-2 count still. Suvik at the plate, the center fielder for the Mustangs. Brannigan on the mound in his third inning of work. He delivers on the 2-2. That one's chopped off home plate and foul over toward the visitors' dugout. Visitors who, well, in this case, actually, a little bit weird of a setup tonight. The Mustangs, the home team, are in the visitors' dugout. The Blue Sox dugout over there on the first base side, they will remain there all night long. That one's down low in the dirt for a ball. The pitch up high and another walk. So after Luco walks, same result for Suvik. He's down to first base. The mound visit now from Mike McNabb, pitching coach, is going to try and calm down his guy after 2 consecutive walks. There's 2 away, and when we resume play, it'll be Brandon Butler who grounded out his first time to the plate. And it looks like McNabb is saying a lot of things to the catcher, Bokulich. Hard to know for sure exactly what he's talking about, but just want to make sure that he stays there with his control. And now Bokulich goes out, says a few words to him, wraps his arm around him. And they're just talking a little bit of strategy here. Butler grounded out to the third baseman, Minich, his first time. He's trying to get a hit here with 2 outs. Mustangs trail by 1 in the bottom of the third. 7-inning game, game 1 of a doubleheader tonight at Pullman Park. 0-0 pitch to Butler is down low, bounces in front of home plate. Blocked by Bokulich. It's 1-0. Right-handed pitcher on the mound. Comes set from the stretch. The pitch. That one's down the left field line, drifting foul. And just way in front of it there was Butler. So he's 1-1. The pitch to Butler is ripped over the head of the second baseman. That one's down in right field. Takes a hop right into the glove of Horn. And it's first and second on the single from Brandon Butler. He's got a hit. And I'm sure that feels nice after he struggled last night, went 1 for 5. Gets a hit in his first at-bat here tonight. So runners on first and second for Weibel. He reached by way of a strikeout, dropped third strike, and an errant throw last time. So now he's trying to get on base again, maybe in a more conventional way. 0-0 pitch to the left fielder is down towards third base, picked nicely by Minich, throw to first, and the runner is out. So through 3 full innings, the score is still 3-2, Blue Sox. Quinn Burke will get the 4th inning underway for the Blue Sox here. Top of the 4th, Burke, Donati, and Belak. Chatham University product, Quinn Burke. Designated hitter, singled his first time. He'll face Walker Cunningham. The sun's starting to peek out here a little bit. First pitch, fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. won a slew of awards at Chatham last year. 0-1 pitch is fouled off his foot. That one's going to hurt. He's going to take a little lap. We've got a lot of those tonight. Pitches that have been fouled off of the body parts, and you know that that is never a comfortable sight or a comfortable feeling if you're the one in the box. 0-2 the count to the designated hitter. Did his job as the DH last time. 0-2. The pitch from Cunningham is grounded up the middle. That one is run onto by Lavrich. Barehanded throw onto first, and he got him. How about that? The barehanded defensive play from Kenny Lavrich, and there's one away. He ran right onto that, and it kind of kicked off the side of the mound, or at least was slowed up by the change in the kind of turf. And obviously that mound is really trampled down, so it can kind of change the spin on the ball a little bit. But Lavrich ran right in and gloved it, got that ball onto first really quickly. And now Tanner Donati with one away. He sees ball one. That one, fastball, tried to catch a piece of the lower inside corner, just couldn't grab it. Shadows forming along the infield here. 1-0 pitch is down low. Curveball at his feet. Slid back. 2-0 the count. And that one is fouled down. It didn't look like he got a piece of his foot, but it sure was close. Right in front of the feet. That one could have really hurt. He hit that one down with a lot of velocity right off the bottom of the bat. Overcast skies here in Butler, but a really sunny outfield especially, and the sun kind of comes along, drops off in the middle of the infield. Strike in there. Fastball on the upper outside corner, called for strike two, opposite of where he threw those last two pitches. 2-2 count. Right back to work is Cunningham. He delivers just outside. Fastball tried to paint the outside edge. Count is full with one away. Top of the fourth. 7-inning game here for game 1 and 2 of this doubleheader. Swung on and missed. And it was either the fastball or maybe the changeup. Faded away from him a little bit there. Maybe the two-seamer, but he got him to miss it either way. There's two away for Trent Belak. So how about Walker Cunningham after he struggled? The first three runners that he faced reached on hits, and then they all came around to score. Since then, he's been perfect. Two away in the inning. Belak struck out looking last time. The 0-0 to him is up the left side of the infield. Lavrich gloves, throws to first, and the runner is out. So a clean inning for Cunningham. Blue Sox still lead this one 3-2. Hey, it's luau night here at the park for the Blue Sox, and they have done a great job all season long putting on events, and we've been lucky enough to see a few of them. The fireworks, my personal favorite. Those really surprised me in a positive way. Grable at the plate for the Mustangs. He fouls off the first pitch he sees in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mustangs still trailing by 1, but they've got some momentum after Walker Cunningham has retired 9 straight. The pitch, that one's chopped high to third base. It's in play and gloved by Minich. It looked like he thought that ball might be foul, or maybe he couldn't see it. He was kind of putting his hand out, and it looked for a moment like he was signaling to the umpire, but he just can't see, and now he goes hands at the shoulders. It's an infield single for Grable, and the sun setting over the grandstand here. All the games we've played here at Pullman Park have either been 7 p.m. starts, or in the case of a few weeks ago, shows bunt, does Brady Lane. That one drops down to the pitcher, throws on to first, does Brannigan, and he's out. So a sacrifice bunt, the second of the game. Lane has sacrifice bunted twice. He's out at first. The runner moves up to second, and there's one away. But every game we've played here at Pullman Park has either been a 7 p.m. start when the sun is a little bit more hidden, or we've had smog, as we did last week with the Canadian wildfires that have continued to rage on throughout the summer. So John Sharp now, sacrifice fly his first time. He's got a runner on second. The first pitch to him hits him straight on the elbow guard, and he's down to first base. So that one not too painful, but he's on base for the first time. It's first and second with one away for Mason Bevan. Lefty hit one all the way out towards the right field warning track last time. Just wasn't enough to get over. He has homered this season. He homered on opening day at East Butler, where we were last night. His designated hitter, he's got those turf shoes on. Turf infield, so he doesn't need to worry about tracking over any grass in the outfield. That one is swung on and missed. Slider, and a lot of vertical break on that slider. Very similar to what we saw from the starter last night, Zach Thompson. He came in with a slider with a lot of that vertical break opposed to the horizontal. Generally means a little bit less spin. Right-hander Brannigan ready to go. He delivers a fastball outside for another ball, or the first ball, after the swing and a miss from Bevan. So it's a 1-1 count with one away. Runners on first and second for the Mustangs. Justin Brannigan on the mound. Out of the stretch, he delivers up high, and Bevan's ahead in the count. Lefty has struggled to make contact after he got off to a really good start at the beginning of the season. Spent some time on the bench. He's back in tonight. 2-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Outside corner again. And it seems like we've seen a lot of disagreements between the umpire and the left-handed hitters, and actually even Suvik, who is a right-handed hitter, on that left side corner. So maybe the way that the home plate umpire is set up, but they don't seem to like it. The pitch is fouled off the end of the bat. Bevan went reaching. Just got a piece. It's 2-2. Grable on second base, Sharp on first. Bevan at the plate. 2-2 count with one away. Brannigan goes into his delivery, pitch is up high, and the count is full. So Bevan has a chance to tie this game up here. He's got a runner in scoring position with just one out. Try to move him up to third here, or better yet, bring him around to score with a hit. You know Grable will probably push the envelope. He's got decent speed. The pitch is fouled off. That one back over the first base dugout and into the seating area. So the payoff pitch will come once again. 7 o'clock here in Butler, Pennsylvania. Clouds starting to move over, and it's a mix, very interesting mix of overcast and blue skies. Depends on where you look. No rain in the forecast, though. Payoff pitch to Bevan is fouled off. That one off the netting and down toward the on-deck circle. It's picked up by Kenny Lavrich. Top of the order is right behind Bevan. He's the fourth hitter to come to the plate in this inning. There's just one away. The pitch. That one's fouled back. Same spot. Just a little bit higher this time. It's going to get back a little further. Lots of excited people here to watch the Blue Sox tonight. A lot of Hawaiian shirts on Luau night. 3-2 count to Mason Bevan. Justin Brannigan, the right-hander, shakes off twice, gets his pitch, and then he steps off. So time, both guys get a second to recuperate reset, and get ready to go. 3-2 the count. The payoff pitch from Brannigan is chopped foul again, so Bevan keeps it going. That one actually stayed in play barely, all the way over on the deep, deep foul territory area near the bullpen for the Mustangs. Payoff pitch is outside for a ball, so he walks the bases loaded. A nice at-bat for Bevan, someone who has had issues with striking out. You know Cosby will be pleased to see that, and you see him clapping down that third base line. Happy for his guy. So the base is loaded for the top of the order. Lavrich has made good contact in both at-bats. He tripled his first time around, then flew out to the center fielder in his last at-bat in the third inning. Bottom of the fourth now. He's got the bases loaded with one out. Brannigan back to the windup. He delivers the 0-0 pitch. That one's lined up the middle, and it's through on the right side. One run scores. The game's tied. Sharp comes around third. He's in to score, and it's a 2 RBI single for Kenny Lavrich. So the Mustangs are back on top. They lead this one 4-3, and there's still runners on first and second with only one out. So Lavrich, he's come up clutch tonight. He's got a triple and a single. That time he brings two around to score. You got to look back at that sacrifice bunt by Brady Lane. He's done it twice, giving himself up for the greater good. Now it's Daniel Luco. He takes a strike. Lavrich shot that one through the right side to the left of the second baseman, who was playing straight up. 0-1 count to Luco. Brannigan ready to go. He delivers the pitch inside for ball one. So it's a 1-1 count in the bottom of the fourth. Mustangs lead this one by one. They're trying to sweep this doubleheader tonight, which would get their record to 8-9 before they play again on Monday. That one's out to center field, hit pretty hard, but backing up on it and making the catch is Donati. Bevan thought about tagging for a moment. I almost said he did, and then he thought better of it. Heads back to second base. So first and second on the flyout, and there's two away for the three-hitter Jordan Suvik. 4-3 Mustangs lead. Bottom of the fourth inning, two away. Jordan Suvik at the dish. Center fielder so far has grounded out and walked. He's getting his second at-bat in 2 innings. Walked his last time around, stranded at second base. The pitch from Brannigan is outside for ball one. And you see Suvik's approach at the plate. It's very impressive. He has a distinct routine that he goes through before every single pitch, and he always seems like one of the most locked-in hitters in this lineup. He showed that last night, trying to do that again and break this game open. He rips that one into left field. It gets down in the left center field gap, takes a big hop. Bevan comes around to score, Lavrich into third, and it's a sliding RBI double for Jordan Suvik. So how about that? We say it right there, and then he puts on a show with the bat. He is such a consistent hitter, and it's just that ability to really zone himself in. And he puts another one on the board for the Mustangs. And now they lead by 2. So after going into this inning down by 1, 3 runs cross the plate, and the 8th hitter to come to the plate in this inning, Brandon Butler, with 2 outs. Tries to keep things going here. Quick little mound conference between Bokulich and Brannigan. They got second and third, 2 in scoring position. Butler singled his last time. That was in the last inning. The 0-0 pitch to Butler he's early on it, and it's foul. Third baseman Minich goes over to collect it, tosses it back to his pitcher. Trying to get the final out in this 4th inning, which has proved to be difficult. Right-hander Wines delivers the pitch down low in the dirt for a ball. The delivery down low, bounces in front of the catcher Bokulich. Chasing back to second base is Suvik. It's 2-1. So the big RBI double for Jordan Suvak. He ripped that one out into left center. Now it's second and third. Lavrich 90 feet away. Butler at the plate. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Butler goes down to 2-2. So after sitting in that hitter's count, he chases the pitcher's pitch. Brannigan throws the slider outside. 2-2 with 2 away, 2 on. Mustangs lead by 2. That one's grounded to third base. Onto it is Minich. He drops it on the transition, and the throw over is late. So Suvak stays put at second base, and Butler reaches on the error by the third baseman. And it's first and second, and 6-3 for the Mustangs. So how about that? Just a small little error trying to get the ball from his glove to his hand. And another run scores. 4 across the plate now in this inning. 6-3 lead. The pitch is out to center. Weibel hits that one hard but high. Underneath it is Donati. He makes the catch for the third out. So 9 hitters come to the plate in the bottom of the fourth, and the Mustangs plate 4. They lead this one 6-3. One count to start the fifth inning to Andrew Bokulich. He pops that one up, and that one gets foul as well. So back-to-back foul balls. Have it at a 1-2 count. Just underway in the fifth inning. Back out on the mound, having retired 9 straight, is Walker Cunningham. That one is out to shallow right center field. Drops in just out of the reach of Grable. So it's a little bloop single for Bokulich, the catcher. He's aboard with nobody out. Mustangs now lead this one by 3. So they got a little bit of insurance to play with, and that's the first batter to reach. You have to go all the way back to Tanner Donati, who singled. Nine hitter now, Dustin Horn, right fielder. He faces Cunningham. Cunningham delivers the pitch, and that one's in there for a strike. A 0-1 count to the right fielder. Coming off of a shoulder injury, as we mentioned last time. He grounded out his first time. This is only his second time to the plate. Runner on first base, 0-1 count. Cunningham ready to go. From the stretch, he delivers the pitch down low, fastball. briefly stepped out of the booth in between innings, and when you listen to Cunningham throw that pitch, obviously not great audio from the suite. He checks on the runner at first. That one gets away, and it's going to be a sub who comes in, actually, as a pinch runner. Was not announced, but he will move up to second base on the wild pitch. We'll get that ID for you here for the Blue Sox, but the pickoff throw just missed. And that's Alex Heavener. Who's now on second base. That one's in there for a strike. It's a 1-2 count. So Heavener up to second on the errant pickoff throw. That's the first error of the game for the Mustangs. No outs. Cunningham, the pitch. That one's outside. Nice attempt to frame it from the catcher Sharp. He couldn't bring it back in the zone. The pitch from Cunningham swung on and missed. He struck him out. So he comes back and gets Horn swinging. Runner stays on second. There's one away for the 10-hitter, Ben Aftanas. Extra hitter getting his second appearance. Top of the order's on deck. Tate Minich leading it off for the Blue Sox tonight. That one gets away from Sharp. Pass ball, the runner moves up to third, and you see the stop sign down there at third base from Butler. He just has to eat it. And there's a runner on third with one out. So after the Mustangs explode for 4 in the bottom of the fourth now, a runner 90 feet away with one out for the Blue Sox trying to claw back. Funny how that works. You often see one team respond after the other team scores some runs. That one down low, the 1-0 pitch taken for ball 2. 3 runs off 5 hits in the first inning for the Blue Sox, and then not another hit until just a moment ago. That one outside, it's 3-0. He's got first base open here, so maybe not the worst idea to try and pitch around him. Set up that double play possibility. 3-0 pitch from Cunningham is in for a strike. Fastball, and he just threw that one right in there. Dan Helgert clapping for him. Most likely means swing away now if it's in your spot. That one gets up high. Holding at third base is Heavener. Cunningham rushes home, but it's a walk either way. So runners on first and third with one out and the top of the order up. They can do some damage. Quickly the infield's going to conference and go over the plan of attack. And you'll most likely see them here in double play position trying to roll 2, maybe heavy dosage of the sinker or the changeup from Cunningham on the mound. Minich struck out his last time, but he doubled his first time around to start the ball game. Just 7 innings here for both games of this doubleheader, so only 3 innings remaining, and that includes this one. Already 1 out into the top of the 5th here at Pullman Park, Meadville Mustangs baseball on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Cunningham is ready to go. He looks in, checks over on the runner at first, gets his pitch. Now he comes home. That one is grounded to the shortstop Lavrich. On to second base, throw on to first, and he's safe. So they can't turn 2, and it was just the good wheels from the third baseman Minich that allowed him to leg that one out. They still get 1 out. And really, no fault of anyone defensively, just some good running skill right there. So fielder's choice, 6-4, and the runner's aboard. Runner scores, Bokulich on the play, so they draw it back to a 2-run game. It's 6-4. Runner on first base, and it's the 2-hitter now, Zach Johnston. Johnston is singled and grounded out to the shortstop, Lavrich. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Bounces up off the mask of Sharp. The throw down to second is actually in somewhat good time. He's safe down there after it kicked away from him. So runner on second, 2 away, a 2-0 count. Or 1-1 count on the swing, rather, from Johnston. Cunningham trying to get out of it with only 1 run allowed. Gave up 3 in the first and then didn't allow another hit until this 5th inning. The pitch from the right-hander is swung on and missed. He can't make contact with the high fastball. Blew the cheese right by him. It's a 1-2 count. Comes set at the waist. Now the big right-hander ready to go. He delivers the pitch. That one's lined up the middle, straight through onto the center fielder, Suvik. He fumbles it with the ball in the grass. It kind of kicked off his cleat. It's not really going to make any difference, though. The runner scores all the way from second, and it's an RBI single for Zach Johnston. Seth Helgert now to the plate. He's struck out and tripled. And now the Blue Sox trail by just 1. It's exactly what we talked about earlier in the inning about how much easier it seems to be to score after the other team scores in front of you. Maybe it's that confidence that you get on the mound, not having to pitch in as tight of a situation, kind of let a few more pitches slide. And who knows? We're not out there, but Cunningham's allowed 2, and he delivers a strike on the first pitch to Helgert. 0-1 now to the second baseman. The pitch, that one is chopped foul off the hand of Sharp. He's trying to snag it and keep the game moving along. He gets a new baseball. It's 0-2 to the second baseman, Helgert. Runner on first base is the shortstop, Johnston, so his double play partner trying to bring him around, who would be the tying run. Go-ahead run at the plate. 0-2 count. Cunningham trying to get out of it. He winds in, delivers the pitch up high. That looked like an attempt at an off-speed pitch. Didn't really get around on it. It's 1-2 to the right-handed hitting second baseman. The right-hander delivers. Down low on the outside corner. It doesn't catch a piece of the zone. So the count all even at 2-2 with 2 outs. Small lead off of first base for Johnston. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. That one's fouled back off the netting, and we'll do it again. Center fielder Suvik playing slightly shallow. Apart from that, the infield and the outfield playing at normal depth. Pitcher Cunningham checks on first base. Now he comes home from the stretch. That one is just in there, and it's a late called strike 3. No call from the home plate umpire for a moment, but it comes across, and the second strikeout of the inning ends it. We're through 4.5. Mustangs lead 6-5. Back for the bottom of the 5th inning, Cole Grable will face the new pitcher, Connor Rechteren. Rechteren delivers a strike to start it. Big right-hander on the mound. He's got a pretty legit mustache out there. Grable rips one into right field. That one gets down in front of the right fielder Horn, and it's a leadoff single for the second baseman. So he leads off back-to-back innings with a single. He's on base with nobody out for Brady Lane. And we could see 3 straight sacrifice bunts here if Lane opts to show. He did the same thing in the last inning in the same situation. The Mustangs scored 4 runs, so wouldn't be surprised to see it here. They leave that first one up high. It was actually, with the curveball spin, probably a pretty buntable pitch. So maybe they're going to let him swing it here. 1-0 count, runner on first. Grable got a hit on one pitch. That one swung on and missed. He was way late on the fastball. So as already mentioned, 2 sacrifice bunts tonight for Brady Lane. One with runners on first and second. Check on the runner over at first. He's back standing and safe easily. Bielak doesn't even bother to apply the tag. 1-1 count, nobody out, just underway in the bottom of the 5th. Bunt now, and that one goes right back to the pitcher. Throw on to first, and that's 3 sacrifice bunts for Brady Lane. So he's loving that role tonight. And he's gone up and done the exact same thing 3 times, and he's been successful every single time. And I think that's really undervalued, how hard it is to perfectly bunt down that first baseline, to draw the first baseman in every time, and make sure that the runner gets to second. And that's what he's done every single time. Now John Sharp up with a runner on second. Sharp is hit into a sacrifice fly and been hit by a pitch. That was his last at-bat. That one is kind of a half-swing dropper to first. It's over to the pitcher covering, and he's out. So the runner moves up to third on the little dribbler in the infield, and there's 2 away. Mason Bevan up. He walked last time, came around to score, flew out to deep right field in his first at-bat, which came in the second inning. Up to the plate for the 3rd time with 2 away. Runner 90 feet away. Fouls off the first pitch he sees. He goes down 0-1. Pitcher Rechteren comes set, delivers a strike, and Bevan can't get a piece. He swings and misses. It's 0-2 with 2 outs. 9-hitter at the plate, top of the order behind him. First time that we've seen either team in a Rust Belt League game hit 9 this season. That one's out to center field, slicing away from the hitter. Onto it is Donati. He loses his hat and makes the running catch. So 4 come to the plate, 1 single, but then Rechteren is able to hold the Mustangs scoreless through 5 here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Mustangs still lead this one by 1. Top of the 6th inning, Joey Woodrow to get things started for the Blue Sox. They trail by just 1. Walker Cunningham is back out for another inning of work, so he's going to try and maybe go the distance in this one. Only a 7-inning game. We're in the top of the 6th. Delivers the first pitch. It's fouled off the end of the bat over to the Mustangs dugout. So an 0-1 count early on. 0 for 1 so far is Woodrow. He hit to a sacrifice fly and struck out swinging his last time. Nothing in 1 pitch from the big righty Cunningham, and yes, he did. It's 0-2. Check swing. Oh, and no, he didn't. No, he didn't. They changed the call, overruled. So it's 1-1, or maybe it's not. They reset the scoreboard, and it is 0-2. Yes, he did. So scoreboard malfunction there. Nothing in 2 pitch from Cunningham is swung on and missed. He struck him out, so 3 pitches. And a strikeout of Woodrow, his 2nd of the game. Quinn Burke now. Designated hitter comes to the plate. 2nd hitter in the inning. Cunningham back out for his 6th inning of work. He's allowed 5 runs so far. All of them coming in just 2 innings, though. That one's down low in the dirt. Ball 1 to the designated hitter. Grounded out to shortstop and singled on a line into the outfield today. That one's fouled off, so it's 1-1. Grable playing on the edge of the grass. Over at 2nd base. See the mascots walk by right there. They're going out to do their race after this inning. That one gets away from the glove of Sharp. It's 2-1. I believe Mayonnaise won in a clean sweep last time. Every event that the mascots competed in, Mayonnaise was dominating. So we'll see if that is the case tonight. 1-1 pitch, or 2-1 pitch from Cunningham. That one in there for a strike. It's 2-2. Home plate umpire not as loud as the one we had last night. 2-2 pitch from Cunningham. That one's knocked out into left field. Underneath it and making the catch is Weibel. So 2 away. And had to shield himself from the sun there. He gets some knocks for that from Suvik. That sun beaming hard out into left field. Left-handed hitter Tanner Donati now. He singled his first time around. Struck out the 2nd time through. Common theme here. Cunningham's racking him up. First pitch is down low. Fastball doesn't catch a piece of the zone. It's 1-0 with 2 outs. Trent Belak on deck. 0 for 2 is the righty. That one's popped up, drifting to shallow left field. Lavrich chasing after it, and it drops in. So no one there to make the play. Both of them lose their hats. Lavrich is all the way over to the far left wall, and it's just a perfectly placed double for Tanner Donati. The lefty slices one away from him, and it just kept trailing away long enough that it got away from Lavrich. He's over at 2nd base with 2 outs. So now it will be Belak. Grounded out to short his last time. That one is in for a strike. Nothing in 1. Pitch to the right-hander. That one is just off the end of the bat, foul, and it's 0-2. 2 strikes, 2 away in the inning to Cunningham, ready to go, trying to get this strikeout and get out of the inning, strand the runner on 2nd after the bloop double. Right-handed hitter Trent Belak takes a deep breath. Cunningham looks the runner back to second. Leg kick, and now he comes home. He struck him out. So 3 pitches was all it took against Belak. He strikes out for the second time tonight, and we are through 5.5 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Mustangs lead 6-5. Back for the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Lavrich is fouled off. Connor Richterin still on the mound for the Blue Sox. The pitch is out to center field. Backing up on it is the center fielder Donati. He makes the catch for the first out. So the second fly out to that same spot for Lavrich tonight. First one was to Donati's left, that one to his right. Now face Daniel Luco. Luco has walked, popped out on the infield, and flown out to Donati tonight. The first pitch in there for a strike, breaking ball, caught a piece of the zone. And remember, with the situation we have tonight for Game 1, with the Mustangs being the home team, if they can go out and not allow any more runs in this next half inning, they would win the game. That's strike 2 in there. Called, so 1 out. The pitch is in there for strike 3. So 2 quick outs on a fly out and a strikeout. And now Jordan Suvik, the 3-hitter, trying to break things up a little bit for the rolling pitcher, Rich Starren. Time called momentarily before things get underway. Rich Tarrant does not move. He's ready to go, and now he quickly goes into his motions, delivers the pitch home for a strike. It's 0-1. Nothing in 1 count to Suvik. The pitch is down low in the dirt. That one counts for a ball. The pitch, that one called strike number 2. So in the hole now is Jordan Suvik. He's trying to fight back. The pitch on the 1-2 is lined up the middle and knocked down by the shortstop Johnston, but he can't glove it. So on to first base with an infield single is the center fielder, Suvak. He'll move on and give Brandon Butler a chance with 2 outs. Mustangs looking for a little bit of insurance. They lead by 1 at the moment. The pitch, that one is popped up. Out to the right side. Over to it is the first baseman, Belak, and yes, he makes the catch to get out of the inning. So a tumbling catch down the steps toward the service level, which sit on the right side of the infield, and the inning is over. We'll go to the 7th inning. Mustangs trying to close it out and get a win here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Cunningham back out there trying to finish the complete game. He's got a 1-run lead, and he's got to face Bokulich, Horn, and Aftanas, bottom of the order. The bottom 3, 8, 9, and 10 coming up. Right-handed pitcher has given up 5 runs in 6 innings of work so far. And the 0-0 to the right-handed hitter is down low, misses for ball 1. So only 1 run needed to tie. No walk-offs available for the Blue Sox because they are the away team despite playing at home. The fastball down low again. It's 2-0. Right-handed hitter Andrew Bokulich singled his last time. 2-0 pitch from Walker Cunningham is grounded up the middle. Lavrich gloves, throws to first quickly, and gets the out. So a nice defensive play for Kenny Lavrich. He records the first out of the inning, and just 2 outs to go before a nice little win for the Mustangs. Dustin Horn comes to the plate with 1 away. That one fouled back off the netting, so he goes to 0-1. 0-1 pitch from Cunningham is down low for a ball. Winds and delivers. That one is fouled, or maybe staying in play, and it is foul all the way back off the right side. So it does drop in the bullpens. It's 1-2. A 1-2 count to the right fielder, Dustin Horn. Cunningham gets a new ball. He's trying to close out a game that would see him go 7 full innings. The pitch outside just misses by a smidge. Righty goes into his motions. The 2-2. And no, right back out there. Slider this time, and he can't catch a piece of the zone. So it's a 3-2 count. Payoff pitch from the right-hander down low, and he walked him. So that's the tying run on board. Dustin Horn, who has good speed. Ben Aftanas now to the plate, and Cunningham, it would be in his best interest to keep him off the base paths. From the stretch, it's a sacrifice bunt attempt laid down, but he just gets under that one a little bit too much. It lands all the way in foul territory and stops dead. So it's 0-1 to the 10-hitter. Pitching out of the stretch in the 0-1 count. The pitch, bunt again, offered up, and it's down the first base line, and nobody there over covering first base, so it's a bunt single, and now running to third while no one's looking, and Cunningham can't get the throw off, so a defensive miscue for the Mustangs, and it was just Lane and Cunningham standing on the first baseline as no one had gone over to cover the first base bag. And it's first and third with one away. All of a sudden, things looking in danger, and Ben Cosby's going to go out and try and settle his guy down. So no walk-off available. We would play a bottom of the 7th. Mound visit now before the top of the order comes to bat. Tate Minich, Zach Johnston, Seth Helger, and only one out in the inning. So now the right-handed hitter, Tate Minich, is all ready to go. The tying run is 90 feet away on third base. Butler playing in on the grass, trying to prevent the run from coming home. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Outside, he drags that fastball just a little bit on his release. You see the plant foot come down maybe a little bit earlier than he intended. 1-0 count to the third baseman, Minich. He's 1 for 3 tonight. The pitch, called for a strike. Fastball over the middle. 1-1 count with one away. Right-hander comes set. Winds and deals the 1-1. Down low in the dirt, blocked by Sharp. He moves over to it, sliding to his right. It's a 2-1 count. Double play here would be ideal. That would secure the win. But you've got good speed in Minich. Remember, he beat out a double play in the 5th inning. The pitch, down low. That one blocked again by Sharp, and he keeps it in front of him. That's really important. Can't let the ball get behind him with the runner on third. 6-5 is our score. 3-1 count, one away in the top of the 7th inning, 7-inning game. Game 1 of our doubleheader action here from Pullman Park tonight. Cunningham's ready to go. His pitch is swung on and missed. It's a fastball. He blows it by Minich. Just challenged him right down the middle. So the count is full. Time requested and granted by Minich. 3-2, 2 runners on. The stretch and the pitch. He struck him out. The throw down to second base. Lavrich ends up cutting it off early because he realizes that that runner from third can't score. So the base runner, Aftana, steals, but on the strikeout, there's 2 outs. And now they need a base hit. to tie the game up. So trying to finish this one off. Zach Johnston is 2 for 3 tonight. He's singled twice, came around to score once, a big-time lead. Trying to look in for the signs is Cunningham, and you almost think that maybe Horn could swipe home. He looked like he was going to fake it for a moment and tested it a little bit. The first pitch is up high. Fastball gets away from him. It's 1-0. 2 away already. Cunningham goes into his motions, delivers the pitch. It's a breaking ball out to right field. Underneath it is Luco, and the Mustangs win Game 1 of the doubleheader. They get back to within 2 games of 500, and it's a tight one, but Walker Cunningham goes all 7 innings, gives up 5 runs, so not the cleanest start, but gets them across the finish line with the W. So it looked like it was going to be an offensive showdown early, but basically everything contained to a couple innings. Some good pitching and nice job out of the bullpen from Connor Rechteren coming in and throwing a couple scoreless ones for the Butler Blue Sox. We'll be back for Game 2 momentarily, but for now, signing off from a Mustangs win, Luke Burgess thanking you for joining us in Game 1, and we hope you'll stick around. We'll be right back in just a few for Game 2 here on the Mustangs.